Vipul Kumar Srivastava, Company Secretary of Morpan Laboratories Limited, welcome all the directors, shareholders, and other participants in this 39th Annual General Meeting of Morpan Laboratories Limited. Members, due to preventive measures, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs has permitted the companies to hold the annual general meetings through video conferencing or other audio-visual means. Accordingly, this annual general meeting is being conducted through video conferencing. Facility of joining this AGM is being made available on first-come, first-served basis. All the members who have joined this meeting are by default placed on mute mode to avoid any disturbance from background and to ensure a smooth, seamless conduct of the meeting. The company has taken requisite steps to enable the members to participate and to vote on the items being considered in this AGM. Since all the members are eligible to join this AGM through video conferencing, therefore, facility to appoint proxy and to attend and the cost board is not available for this AGM. The registered office of the company is situated in Himachal Pradesh, shall be the deemed venue for this AGM, and the proceedings of the AGM shall be deemed to be made thereat. During the meeting, the register of directors, KMPs, and their shareholdings, and the register of contract or arrangements in which the directors are interested, are other documents referred to the notice of AGM are open for the inspection electronically. Members may inspect the same. Please note that the proceedings of this meeting is being recorded and the transcript of the same shall be uploaded on the website of the company. Now, I would like to introduce the members of the board and the other dignitaries who are joining us today through video conferencing. Coming up with Mr. Sushil Suri, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, being the chairman of this AGM as per the Articles of Association of the company, is joining this meeting from Gurugram.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sanjay Suri, Whole-time Director, is attending this meeting from Parwanu, Himachal Pradesh.
Good afternoon, all the shareholders. Welcome.
Welcome, sir. Mr. Praveen Kumar Dutt, an Independent Director and Chairman of Audit Committee, Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and Stakeholder Relationship Committee, is attending this meeting from Gurugram.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the meeting.
Welcome, sir. Dr. Savita, an Independent Director, is attending this meeting from Delhi.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome, madam. Mr. Ranjit Khattar, an Independent Director, is attending this meeting from Delhi.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the meeting.
Welcome, sir. Mr. Saraj Jain, an Independent Director, is attending this meeting from Delhi.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome,
and all
sir.
The best.
Thank you. Both Mr. Ranjit Khattar and Mr. Saraj Jain have recently joined the board and attending the AGMs for the first time. And thank you and welcome to both of you, sirs. We have also with us Mr. Ajay Kumar Sharma.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Sir. Welcome, sir. Mr. S.P. Babhuta, partner of Messrs. S.P. Babhuta and Associates, statutory auditors of the company. Welcome, sir. Mr. Praveen Dua, proprietor of Messrs. PD and Associates, secretarial auditors and scrutinizer for this AGM.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. As I am seeing the requisite quorum is present, now I hand over the proceeding to Mr. Sushil Suri, Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vipul. Good afternoon, all the members. I formally welcome you all to 39th Annual General Meeting of the company. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the former directors, Mr. Manoj Joshi ji, Mr. Sukhcharan Singh ji, and Mr. B.R. Vatwa ji, who have completed their terms of office in this year. Mr. Joshi was an important sounding board for us since 1992, pre-IPO time, and Mr. Vatwa and Mr. Singh had been associated with us since 2007. Their contribution to the board is highly appreciated. Thank you very much, sirs. Thank you for all the inputs. It's now time for me to warmly welcome the two new board members, Mr. Ranjit Khattar and Mr. Saraj Jain, who are attending this AGM for the first time along with all the board members. So it's an opportunity to meet all the shareholders.
Thanks.
Now I would like to take an opportunity to thank all the shareholders for their invaluable support, auditors and other participants joining this AGM through the video conferencing. Since the requisite forum is present, I call the meeting to order. So we can start.
Yeah, please, sir.
Dear members, the notice of the AGM, along with the annual report comprising financial statements, audit reports, director reports, and annexures have been circulated on 4th of September 2024 through email, and physical copies have been sent to the members who had requested for the same. The annual report has been placed on the website and of the company, stock exchanges, NSDL for easy access. Please note that statutory auditors and secretarial auditors, both of the company, have expressed unqualified opinion in their audit reports for the financial year 2024. Therefore, with your permission, shareholders, I take the said reports along with the notice of the AGM as read. Dear shareholders, with immense pride and a deep sense of gratitude, I'm here before you today to present the performance of the company and give you some color on the opportunities that are unfolding. Friends, today, when the company has entered 40th year of growth, I would like to share that it's a beautiful journey which has just started very small in a small grocery store in Parvano, with just 40,000 rupees in the pocket back in 1984 by late Mr. K.B. Suri, my elder brother, who did not live long enough to see his dreams unfold. Morpen is a story of pure determination, a will to do, a will to achieve, and a will to lead. KB, as we usually addressed him, never had any limitation on his thoughts and plans. My dad sometimes used to laugh at him on his big dreams, but KB dared to plunge into the game, took risks, and virtually created an empire from scratch. I can recall his high energy levels along with the long-term vision and his far-sightedness in every action. And friends, not to miss his humility, simplicity, compassion, and empathy for the people around him, even for a random person who just walked in the office. Unfortunately, friends, he left us at the young age of 38 years and in October 2000. It's over 25 years now, but the vision is still guiding. His vision is still guiding us. When I took over after his sudden demise, I was only 36 years. And it was not easy to step into the big shoes with everything scrambled around, followed by a big global market crash post Y2K. Financial challenges were mounting, blocking the company's growth plans. The share price of Morpen, which was at one market darling at one time, the share price touching up to 1200 rupees, came down to barely 2 rupees. Of course, it was after split of 1:5. And we were finding it difficult to sustain the high growth rate. But friends, it was the quiet inside and the drive to come back with flying colors that continue to fuel our dreams, and we did not let go a single day. We kept all the burners on. And now, with God's grace and support of all the stakeholders, customers, vendors, and most importantly, the dedicated and sincere team, I'm proud to share with you with all the humility that we have become over a $500 million company and fast inching toward our next milestone, a $1 billion company with all the market caps. With all the lessons we have learned, we are fully geared for the next phase of growth, what we call Morpen 2.0, to put it simply. Today, we can say that not only we had a smooth sailing over all the challenging times, but also have built a place for ourselves in the industry, both in India and the global markets for our products, especially in the heart of customers and the consumers. So coming specifically to the business, financial year 2024 had marked excellent growth, and it's a testimony of our resilience, patience, and vision. Of course, it's a big comeback. While we celebrate every little achievement, our focus remains firmly on the future, which is waiting for us with open arms. As you know, friends, India is at the forefront of pharma and healthcare revolution and has proven its mettle to the world during the COVID time recently. Today, as the whole world is under deep economic crisis and is struggling to maintain a balance, and many parts of the world are disturbed due to geopolitical situations, India is standing tall with a growth story and domestic consumption market. Also, India is becoming a global hub for sourcing with high-tech manufacturing from iPhone to jet planes and going up to chip manufacturing. This is amazing. At Morpin, we are fully positioned and prepared to capitalize on new opportunities opening up in the pharma and consumer health space. Despite the headwinds from the supply chain disruptions, regulatory challenges, and inflationary pressures, we have continued to deliver growth both in revenue and operational excellence year after year, quarter on quarter. Now I'll give you the key highlights of the financial performance. The annual revenue of 1,700 crore for FY24 has registered at 20% growth, churning an EBITDA growth of 101%, friends, with 172 crore EBITDA for FY24. This is accentuating strong demand for our products both in domestic and international markets. Profit before tax, the PBT, has grown 143%, rupees 135 crores PBT and 56 crores in as compared to FY23. PAT, which is the profit after tax, increased by 150%. It's 2.5 times to 97 crores from 39 crores in FY23, driven by cost optimization strategies and favorable product mix and the market mix also. Our earnings per share, which is the final ultimate, has jumped from 77 paisa to rupees 188, 1 rupees 88 paisa for the financial year 24, being a remarkable increase. Now coming specifically to the business, particularly I would say I'd like to start with the medical devices. Today, almost 25 years into medical devices, let me tell you how it all started. It was late 1990s, I remember. I vividly recall sitting with a global health report in my hand. The statistics were alarming, friends. Millions in the developing nations are succumbing to preventable diseases simply because of the timely diagnosis is missing. Access to the fast, accurate disease detection was a luxury, which was available only to select few which could afford. The infrastructure to support was virtually non-existent. This stark reality hit me hard. In that moment, a vision began to crystallize. What if we could empower the individuals with their tools to manage their health in the comfort of their homes? What if we could put health in your hands so you can test everything in the sitting comfort of your home? India, often referred as the diabetic capital of the world, has now over 100 million potential diabetic patients. Half of them do not know they are diabetic. 25 years ago, we recognized an opportunity to make a difference. We set out a bold mission to revolutionize the self-diagnosis in India and give people control of their health like never before. Health in your hands. We imagined a future where every household has access to quality healthcare at their fingertips. Thanks to our goal, that's our goal. With skyrocketing medical costs, we are relentlessly working to bring home health devices like glucometer, BP monitors to every home, not only in India, to the world. Few years ago, when the glucometer was priced at 2,000, 3,000 rupees and more, it was out of reach of our senior citizens. Today, it's less than the cost of a cup of coffee. This transformation is not just about price, it's about accessibility. Through constant innovation and economies of scale, we have made home devices affordable and within the reach of millions as we see market exploding in the times to come. And we are here for long, my friends. Since entering into medical devices back in year 2001, Dr. Morpan has established itself as India's largest producer of glucometers and blood pressure monitors. Medical devices have been our fastest growing sector within the Morpan family, with a CAGR of 28%. This is compounded annual growth rate, doubling the revenue every 3 years. We started very small, but now we serve 12 million customers who use Dr. Morpan glucometers, having sold 1.5 billion strips. The figures that speak to the trust the consumer places on us. But I would like to add, we have just scratched the surface. This is only a tip of the iceberg, as they say. Our backward integration gives us full control over the entire value chain, from mounting bare PCBs with our highly sensitive, fully automatic robotic SMT machines, assuring high quality cost efficiency from start to finish. Our facilities in Baddi, Himachal Pradesh, which adhere to the global standard like ISO 13485, continue to expand. With our successful QIP fundraise, we are doubling the glucometer production from 2.5 million to 5 million units and increasing the strip production from 500 million to 700 million strips per annum. This expansion is just a beginning, as I said, as we extend our footprint in the international market. We have started small markets like Nepal, Bhutan, Thailand, going to Middle East, but I see a lot of opportunities coming from the Western market also. Multiple new initiatives by the government of India, which are promoting production of the high-tech medical devices in India, including PLI scheme, medical devices parks, and new regulators, new regulations. They're all making India a net exporter, not an importer. There was a time we were a net importer. This aligns perfectly with Morpin's mission to make in India and reduce dependence on imports. Our special efforts of empowering the consumers with home devices is giving an extra layer of advantage to Dr. Morpin, having built a brand directly reaching to the consumers with fully oiled distribution system all over the country and full service centers running 24/7. This gives us a cutting edge in that space. Friends, as I always say, we are not just building products, we are building an ecosystem of care. With demand for medical devices rising both in India and globally, the opportunities are immense. And we have just begun, it seems. During financial year 24, rupees 443 crore has been recorded as a revenue, which is a big jump of 35% from a base of last fiscal of 327 crores, with a similar surge in the top line of glucometers and BP monitors, which contribute almost 95% of the revenue. While we expand the domestic distribution network in East and Southern India, we are confident of contributing our growth at 25 to 27% annual rate. We are looking for a big upside in the revenue when we add capacities and backward integration of strips manufacturing in India with focus on US and European markets in the coming years, for which dialogues are already there with the large international chains. We have already started that. So that's a brief about medical devices. Now I'll go to our core, which is our API. While the medical devices garners attention, our API business remains the bedrock of Morpin. And to call it a cash cow for the longest time, we clocked 994 crore rupees revenue this year, registering 15% growth in the revenue in the pharma business, with 90% of our APIs revenue coming from 6 high-value products where we are market leaders. We are market leaders in loratadine, desloratadine, Montelukast, with a market share over 50%, 50 to 70% market share in these 3 products. And we rank among the top 3 to 4, I would say. Atorvastatin, fexofenadine, and rosuvastatin, we have got 10 to 15% market share. We still see a lot of opportunity for growth in these products also. Our commitment to quality and customer satisfaction has fostered over 60% repeat business, friends, from clients with the relationship exceeding 10 years. The API segment achieved significant milestones, including a notable 32% increase in exports to the highly regulated US market and impressive 53% growth in the other continents. Our API expansion continues with a planned increase of manufacturing capacities from 400 KL to 600 KL by 25-26. And with the China plus one model, we are all well positioned ourselves as a trusted partner for the global outsourcing, which people call it CDMO. So our relentless focus on the quality and compliance recognized by the global regulatory bodies ensure that we maintain our leadership in the space. Furthermore, the company remains committed to expanding its global footprint and upholding its higher standards of production to meet the escalating international demands. The company continues to drive innovation with 155 patents filed and 249 drug masters submitted. Continuing its commitment on the innovation, the company has introduced 43 new molecules, friends, showcasing its commitment to advancing pharmaceutical research and development. And lastly, consumer health. By the way, that's my favorite. I love D2C, direct to consumer. Dr. Morpin is not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Our customers trust us to help them take control of their health from head to toe. From Bernol with our legacy brand of 75 years to whey protein and to omega supplement, from pain to fever to multivitamin, Dr. Morpen has become a household name for your day-to-day health needs. Dr. Morpen is a doctor at your home, in your hands, basically. Over a period of time, the company has developed a robust distribution network with over 5,100 distributors, 328,000 retail touchpoints across India. The company has dedicated team for medical devices, RX, and of course the OTC business, supported by a nationwide sales force of 580 members, including the managers, 580 people. The formulation and OTC business has grown by 10% during financial year 24. We have reached 12 states distribution network for formulation, and of course OTC is all over the country. The company has separate dedicated team reaching out to over 35,000 doctors in case of the RX. This is all about the performance, friends, but I am seeing a bright future lined up here. As we move into the next phase, Morpen 2.0 is just not a strategic vision. It's our commitment to growth, innovation, and excellence. Our manufacturing capabilities, coupled with innovation-driven approach, are creating new possibilities across every sector, particularly the medical devices, where we have a unique positioning. With strong brand positioning, cutting-edge production facilities, and a customer-centric approach, we are poised for a sparkling future. As we embark on this exciting journey, I want to express my deep gratitude to all of you shareholders. Our success is built on your trust and support, and together we are building a future where quality healthcare is accessible to everyone. Morpen Laboratory is not just about numbers or products. It's about making a difference in your life of millions of people. The future is bright. With your continuous partnership, Morpen will not only grow, but thrive. Thank you, friends. Now I request Company Secretary to please give the details of the voting process.
Thank you, sir. Dear members, in terms of the Companies Act 2013 and the listing regulations, the company had provided remote e-voting facility with the help of NSDL to the members. The remote e-voting period had commenced from 25th September 2024 from morning 9 o'clock till 27th September 2024 evening 5 o'clock. Such members who have not casted their vote through remote e-voting can cast their vote during this meeting through e-voting facility by visiting the NSDL e-voting page. The e-voting platform is presently open and shall remains be open till 15 minutes after the conclusion of this meeting. Since the meeting is being conducted through video conferencing and the resolutions stated in the notice of AGM are already put to vote through e-voting, so there will be no proposing and seconding of the resolutions. Mr. Praveen Dua, Company Secretary in practice, being a scrutinizer present in the meeting to scrutinize the vote casted through remote e-voting and e-voting at this AGM. The scrutinizer shall immediately after the conclusion of this meeting unblock the vote casted through remote e-voting and voting at this AGM and make a consolidated scrutinizer report of the total votes cast in favor or against, if any. The results of the voting shall be declared within 48 hours after the conclusion of this AGM and shall be placed on the websites of the company and the website of the NSDL and the stock exchanges. The company has also provided the opportunity to the members to register themselves as speakers and ask questions, exchange their thoughts, if any. In this regard, 13 members have sent their request to the register as a speaker. Out of those, only 4 members have sent their details, including queries in advance, to register themselves as a speaker in the manner described in the notice of the AGM. The speaker shareholders are requested to turn on their video, close the background applications, use headphones for better connectivity and voice clarity. If such speaker shareholder will not be able to join through video, then he or she may join and ask his question through audio mode as well. In case there is connectivity issue at speaker shareholder's end, we will request to the next speaker shareholder to speak. Once the connectivity improves or at the end of all speakers, we will call again the registered speaker shareholder to speak. Otherwise, I may read the query on their behalf. That will be addressed by our chairman, otherwise replied through email as well. Further, I request speaker shareholders to kindly limit their speech up to 3 minutes maximum only. Before going forward, I would take the permission of chairman. Sir, should we go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Is it possible that we take all the questions first and we reply together?
Of course, we'll do. In this regard, I'm requesting to the first speaker, Ms. Diksha Dayal, being the registered speaker, to unmute herself and open her video to proceed with the question. Moderator, I request to allow her to speak.
Ms. Diksha, please unmute yourself.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Diksha Dayal, and I'm a shareholder joining from Delhi. I want to start by saying that the presentation given by our chairman was very informative. Many of my questions were already addressed. However, I would like to ask the management about how the company plans to handle the increasing competition in the pharma industry. We are seeing a lot of new biotech firms entering the market, and I'm curious about our strategies to stay ahead. Also, I'm interested in learning more about our plans for expanding into markets. There are some regions with great potentials for growth, but they also have very complex regulations. I'd like to hear how we plan to navigate those challenges. Finally, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation to the management and the secretarial team for giving me this opportunity to speak today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Diksha. Now, I'm requesting the next speaker, Mr. Santosh Bhutani. Please unmute himself and allow your video to broadcast.
Mr. Bhutani,
And go
please
ahead with your
unmute yourself.
question.
Mr. Bhutani, please unmute yourself.
Opportunity. First of all, I would like to big thanks to the team of CS for accurate conventions made well in time. All section has been covered in a very lucid and transparent manner. Annual report is very, very informative. And thanks to the management and the team, sir, I am extremely confident after listening to your chairman's speech that the leadership team will hit more significant milestone and to take the company to the next phase of growth. As you stated, 20% growth has been noticed during the financial year 23-24, and I think almost question has been addressed by you in your speech. However, I have some general question which I want to know from your good self. That is number one, what are some of the challenges and opportunities that you foresee in the coming time? As we know, India is the biggest country, best opportunity in biggest population. The most important advantage we have is demographic dividend. With a population of 144 crore, India is the one of the youngest nation with the medium age of 29 years. Near 50% of the overpopulation is below the age of 25. Sir, what is your future plan? What is your vision? Because we need have a vision for 5 years, which will act as a guide for all action for the management that will take in the short and medium term and keep us on the right track. We can benchmark with the best in the sector. As you correctly said, this is not a brand, this is a lifestyle. I agree with you, Chairman Sir, and as a shareholder, I feel and believe the management is far younger in its thinking, stronger in its commitment, and transparent in its working, and more responsible and investor friendly. Sir, I wish the company all the best and hope to see a healthy growth in business and size of the company under the guidance of Honorable Chairman, sir. Sir,
Mr. Bhutani.
may God fulfill all your wishes. नमस्कार सर, एक मिनट एक लाइन और बोलना चाहूंगा.
Yes, please.
बहुत इमोशनल आपको सुनने के सर बहुत अच्छा लगा और एक शेर भी सुनाना चाहूंगा सर. मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके हौसलों में जान होती है, जो पंखों से नहीं बुलंद हौसलों से उड़ान भरते हैं. और मोरपैन लेबोरेटरी ने जो उड़ान भरी है 2 साल के अंदर कोरोना के बाद, और हमारा शेयर भी कहां से कहां पहुंच गया है, ये आपकी पूरी टीम की लगन, आपका विजन और आपकी कड़ी मेहनत का फल है सर, और हम इसलिए ये बोले बगैर रह नहीं सकते। टाइम की पाबंदी है, बस मे गॉड फुलफिल ऑल योर विशेस एंड कीप यू ऑल हैप्पी।
Thank you so much, Mr. Bhutani.
नमस्कार।
Now I'm requesting the next speaker,
Namaskar,
Mr.
sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And I am requesting the next speaker, Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal. Please unmute himself and allow your video to broadcast and go ahead with your question. Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal, moderator, please allow him to speak.
Mr. Kejriwal, please unmute yourself.
He is available in the meeting?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Please go ahead with your question. We are hearing you.
Good afternoon, Sarji.
Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
And good afternoon, everybody attending this AGM. Myself, Om Prakash Kejriwal, your equity shareholder from Kolkata. Thank you, Sarji, for providing me the platform to speak something before you. Thanks to our secretary department for helping me in registration as a speaker shareholder. Sarji, this is my third AGM, only due to virtual, though I'm your very old shareholder. So if possible, please follow this virtual AGM in next year also, so that more and more investors from different parts of the world could join our AGM and express their views. Sir ji, wow, what a performance, sir ji, what a result. इसके लिए आपको सभी बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स को और सभी एम्प्लॉय को बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. On equity of rupees 102 crore, your revenue is rupees 1,537 crore in a standalone account. And EPS is rupees 2.17 on face value of rupees 2 compared to 0.92 paisa in standalone account. In consolidated account, our EPS has increased to rupees 1.88 from 0.77 paisa. But sir, no dividend declared. Why so, sir? Sirji, when you start to pay dividend, Sirji, you know, dividend is our bread and butter for long-term investor like me. Sirji, I have one question here with. Our company has transferred the branded formulation RX business to its 100% subsidiary, Morpen RX Limited, on 22nd August 23. My question is, sir, what is the benefit to our company to transfer the business to its subsidiary? Only to get 70.82 lakh shares of the subsidiary or any other benefit? Please share your view, sir. Sir, our first quarter result, that is June quarter of 24-25, result is also very good in both external account and as well as consolidated account. Sir, बहुत बहुत बधाई for completing successfully a QIP of rupees 200 crore in August 24 at the rate of 54.37. Is it the reason for decreasing our promoter holding from 38.22% to 35.65%? Sirji, what is your expectation for the remaining 3 quarters? And will you pay dividend in current financial year, sir? Sirji, I have few requests and suggestions. First, 2 requests for CSR committee, sir. Please use some of CSR fund to provide drinking water nearby your business point, nearby your factories and nearby villages. Sir, the second request for CSR, sir, please use some of CSR fund for betterment of cancer patients, because we know after corona disease, 1 or 2 member of each family is affected by the cancer disease. Second request, sir, for early AGM, sir. Sir, we have done our board meeting on 21st May 24 and today 28th September. Sir, we are a very good company. So please organize our AGM at an early date, sir. Third request, sir, please do remember the speaker shareholder at the time of festival in the same manner as you remember your friends and suppliers. At last, sir, please maintain your smile and be cheerful. We are always with you as a long-term investor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Om Prakash Kejriwal. Now I'm requesting the next speaker, Mr. Karmesh Kumar Agrawal. Mr. Karmesh, please unmute himself and allow your video to broadcast and go ahead with your question.
Mr. Karmesh, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Kalmesh Agrawal from Delhi, and I am also a shareholder of Morpen. First of all, thanks to Mobile team for giving me this opportunity as a speaker shareholder. And I wish to company's growth and success in future. And my question is, can you provide an update on the company's revenue growth projections for the next fiscal year? What are the key drivers behind these projections? And what percentage of revenue is currently being invested in research and development? And how does this compare to industry standards? Are there any new areas of focus in your R&D pipeline? And second one is, what strategies are being implemented to manage operating costs effectively while maintaining innovation and product quality? And last question is, what is the future of the medical device businesses? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Karmesh. Sir, with this question, we are ending up our questioning session. I request to take up the questions.
Good afternoon again. I would say it's not looking like a question answer session. It's more of an appreciation session. So thank you everybody for giving so much nice words for the team and for the whole, I would say, gang which has been supported. But I would say that this whole growth and opportunity was not possible without shareholder support. But on the right side is the right timing, right market. And of course, we had our share of pains and struggle in the past. So we have geared ourselves and we are here for a long, as I said earlier. So coming specifically to questions. So Diksha, thank you very much for giving us nice words of appreciation. I think your question is more on the positioning of the company and what sort of challenges we may have, and of course, what regions we are covering and not covering. Positioning of the company, Diksha, is clear that we are in the pharma space, and within pharma, I would say we are directly started with B2B, which is API, but over the last 25 years, we have pivoted more toward the consumer by our brand called Dr. Morpen. And within consumer, so again, it is products versus the devices. So now we have become a market leader for medical devices, which is home care devices. It's not about stents and CT scans and this thing. We love customers, we love consumers. So Dr. Morpen is a home care brand. It's a health in your hands. It empowers you to do everything at the comfort of your home. That's, I think, the very well positioning. Now, globally, in over 80, 85 countries now, we are positioned more as a B2B company since we do not have global distribution network. So as a B2B company, we are positioned more as a trusted supplier of bulk drugs, APIs, now they call it, with highest standards of regulations, with FDA approved facilities. And now from APIs, we are already market leader for 6-7 products I shared. We keep on adding new products every year. We have 43 molecules in pipeline. So here we are inching towards a new possibility, a new expanding market, which is a CDMO, which is a contract drug manufacturing and research. So basically, there are large companies overseas who are looking for India as a partner. Of course, earlier China was a good source, but now, as we talked earlier, India is opening up and China is, of course, a bit disturbed. So everybody is looking at India as a big partner. So we are expanding a little, just trying to test the waters on the CDMO also. This is the additional positioning what we have. So if we broadly say at an India level or consumer level, we are home care, and at a macro level where we have a bread and butter, where we have been doing our B2B, we are a strong regulated player with internationally approved facilities. That's one. I think second question was more important on the what regions we have or we do not have. I would say globally we are present almost everywhere, whether it is US or Europe or I would say the Middle East, all markets. In India, we have been very strong in the north and of course in the western market. That's Rajasthan, Maharashtra to an extent. And of course, we still do not have much presence in the northeast. And we are still little weaker in the southern part of the country. And of course, Dr. Morpen has started more as a, I would say, Hindi-speaking belt, but now it is growing there. And if you know, in medical devices, we have taken Rahul Dravid as a brand ambassador, and he comes from South. That was one of the reasons that we are expanding in the South. So these are the regions in India. But globally speaking, we have covered almost everywhere. But certainly some products sell better in, say, European market, some products sell better in US market, some products go better for Japanese market. So for every product, there is a different story. So I hope, Disha, this answers your questions. And of course, you are saying challenges. I would say we have all the challenges which everybody else has got. The biggest challenge we see is that we have to be on the toes. We have to compete at every level in the market. We have to compete in the cost. We have to compete in the technology. So these days, anybody who is not on the upfront, who is not fighting in the battlefield, so they will not be liked. So the era of slow companies or the lousy companies is gone. So I would say that's a challenge, and I would say that's business. That's what we are here for. So we love doing that. Can we go ahead now?
Yeah, so we have.
Yes, the next question is from Santosh Bhutani. He had a similar question: what opportunities and what challenges? So I would say the opportunities are immense, as you see. So the first opportunity which is hitting in front of us is the large diabetic capital of the world, soaring blood pressures, stress, which is, I would say, prompting us to buy more and more medical devices every day. And how do we check these things in the comfort of the home? And of course, there was a time that we had to go to doctor every time, pay 2,000, 3,000 rupee fee, maybe go half an hour going to the doctor, maybe wait for an hour. Now the generation is getting smarter. Everybody wants to check BP and glucose at home, in the comfort of home. Today, these are two main products, and slowly new things are being added as we speak. During COVID time, we all know there were thermometers, oximeters, and of course, oxygen concentrators. There were multiple things. So we are adding more and more home diagnostics. Recently, we added a range of ortho products, which are ortho support, which are used primarily for your back support, knee support. We have retained Kareena Kapoor as our brand ambassador for that. So we are very comfortably adding more and more things so that you can feel comfortable in the comfort of your home. And I'm not saying that don't go to the doctor, but before you go to the doctor, wherever support you need, it's available. Second, Mr. Bhutani very nicely said, and that's the favorite thing, that India is growing. India is a market, and it's only yesterday we were discussing that the younger population of India, that so-called the 30s, 29s and 30s, is double than the US total population. Our workforce is almost double than the US population. So nobody can stop us grow. So we may have internal challenges, we may have global geopolitical situation, ratings and rankings and all those complex numbers which your Moody's and Standard will give ratings. But the fact remains that we have the consumption, we have the manpower, we are a young nation, we are growing. Now it sounds nice, but what do I do with that? The only thing is, yes, we have all this, so we should exploit that, become the manufacturing hub for the world, and provide right technical products at the comfortable cost so that people can enjoy that. Second thing is that we are a consumption economy. We are changing the palette of the country. We are changing the color of the economy. The kind of digitization which has happened in India, the whole world is looking at it. And I'm not trying to say that our UPI has become the largest in the world. Every fair we are increasing. If we are doing that, so we have to realign our models and our thinking processes so that we can match with that. So our medical device business, when we have a Bluetooth devices, which are connected devices, then you have got a data. So we are in the right direction on that. And of course, on the API front and Dr. Morpin front again, so we are more and more closer to the customer. So Santoshji, I would like to highlight here that there was a time when the manufacturing was important, but of late the consumer has become more and more important. So we are trying to have more and more direct relationship with the customers. And we all have seen that with the advent of these online things, so everybody is trying to cut the traders out, everybody is trying to cut the distributors out. Not that they are not important. The important is that companies want to talk directly to the customer. So they want to understand customers more. And customer is also becoming more and more demanding. So they have reviews, they have claims, they have demand, they have questions. So it's not a question that the lady of the house is going and she will become a bag full of the grocery. No. The young guys are doing, they want new things, they want technology, they want, I would say, all the high-tech things in place. So we are rightly placed for that. And of course, second question you have is on the long-term vision. With 5 year, or I would say we are working for a vision for 2030, 2050. So we know that, okay, what we are doing, what are the long-term plans? And if you have noticed in last 1 year, more particularly in the last 3-4 quarters, we have pivoted more toward the consumer than the API because that is what is the need of the day. So more and more consumer interaction. So the pivoting is that, okay, we need to talk and connect with the consumer as much as possible. We already have a beautiful brand and we are the only company in the country. We have a homegrown brand. Dr. Morpen is not an acquired brand. We created from scratch. It was designed on a piece of paper. Okay, we want to create a brand in India. What do we do it? So we have it now. It is behind us. And now where do we take it from here is, I would say, we have another 20, 30 years to do that. That's Ms. Bhutani's things. Now, specifically coming to Kejriwalji. So I think we love your presence meeting after meeting. So this is your third meeting. I would say don't count. You have to be there every time. We love your presence and we love the information you share with us. So very happy to see the nice word, but I would say congratulations is not only to the team, but as you rightly said, to the shareholders also and to the speaking shareholders also. So everybody is party to that. So you have your one question is, I think the long pending was dividend, but I would say that now since we are sitting at a place that, okay, we are end of the financial year 24. So in the FY25, we'll start with something, whatever the board approves and whatever comes to you in the next year. But we will consider giving dividend from the, I would say, current fiscal. Now, what are the timings? I do not know. There is approval process, but at least we'll start nominal so that looking at the overall growth, company now can afford, and we are looking for a positive relationship with the dividend front also. Second interesting question you have on this hiving off, that if we have hived off the subsidiary RX, what is the purpose? Here, Kejriwalji, the important is not the RX subsidiary. The important is that as a parent company, so we have sometimes conflict whether we are an API company or we are a formulation company, and of course we have medical devices also sitting on it. So what we are trying to clean is Morpen, a listed vehicle, is our main core. So that's our bread and butter, and that's going to be so-called a billion-dollar company. So we are trying to keep it clean that, okay, this is a hardcore B2B company, this is a formulation company, and separately the medical devices company. Everything, of course, comes under Dr. Moore and under the parent company only. Everything is consolidated in the same balance sheet. So there's no specific agenda for that. But of course, RX as a category, we know that there is within RX also there is a branded and there is generic also. So we have many products which are directly bought by the consumers. So we are still evaluating how do we do that. So then your general question was why our promoter holding has decreased. I think you guessed it right. Promoters have never sold a single shares in last 25 years, 30 years. And the holding percentage has come down because the base has become bigger. Because of the QIP, 5-6% QIP, and everybody gets reduced. So we also got reduced. Your interesting suggestion on CSR is fully appreciated. You talked about drinking water, and I think we are doing a lot in our neighborhood villages. And just to share with you that Sanjay ji is here on the call, our director who handles the plant and CSR activity. So he can add more light if it's needed. But we are already doing so many things for the villages around, for the drinking water, for the roads, for the schools, street lights, and education of the girl child. But I think this idea of sponsoring something on the cancer side also, we'll evaluate what is permitted within the norms of the CSR. I think that's a growing concern. We are working significant portion of our attention is going on the creating some valuable business on the cancer side. But I think you have put up a very good point that we should support that through our CSR active initiatives also. So I think that's a great. And last question is from Karmesh. And I would say that all questions are mostly related. What are the growth and growth drivers, R&D, and operating costs, and the future of medical devices? If I go one by one, growth drivers, we have discussed that the two main growth drivers, what we are seeing is, one is the medical devices. Second is Dr. Morpen as an OTC brand going all over the places, medical devices going all over the places from India to the world. And of course, API products growing, and then slowly we are inching toward the CDMO, which is still 2 to 3 years away. But in CDMO, we have large companies like Divi's Lab and Sai and Syngene. So all these big boys have got special skills which we have yet to develop. But yes, we are on the way for that. Dr. Morpen as an OTC, I don't need to explain much. Second interesting question, Karmesh, you have is on the research. So pharma company, the base is research. We all rely on research. And research is, I would say, not a buzzword here. It's our necessity. We don't survive. We can't survive if we do not do research. So we are continuously investing on R&D. Of course, like you said, how much percent? I would say the percentage is still negligible, but going forward, we are going to increase it. And in the coming time, we'll come to you when we have some significant things coming up on the way. So lot going on the research, right? Operating cost and efficiencies, how do we increase or how do we increase the efficiencies? Here, Karmesh, we have specifically, I would say, two things. One, of course, is the technology part. So we implement more and more technological things, whether by way of automatic machines, whether way of digitization, or by way of, I would say, more and more systems, better controls. I would still say systems, controls, technology. That's mechanical. But I think more important, Kamesh, what is there in increasing operating efficiency is talent. So we are recruiting the best talent available in the market. We are scouting for best trainings, best people who can actually improve, who have done this in life. So we're not doing it only mechanically. We have a very senior consultant, Dr. Ram Charan, who is on our advisory board. So we have been constantly discussing with him, and again, focus comes back to talent, talent, and talent. I think these are the two main facts, talent and technology, which we are aggressively pursuing to reduce operating costs, increase the revenues. I mean, there are a million things what we are doing every day. And your last thing, I think we talked multiple times, what is the future of medical devices? I think I've heard it enough. So we are going to be the market leaders. We are the market leaders, and now we are market leaders only for India. We're looking for major growth in the segment worldwide. I think this explains most of the question, but I would like to add that from whatever we are doing, we are all in the right place. Opportunities are immense. And of course, we are looking for regular support from all of you, and always there to rock. Vipul, over to you.
Yeah. Sir, as the question answer session has been completed, dear members, thank you so much for joining us today. We will address the queries which we have received in our chat box or on email as soon as possible. And your e-voting is going on as of now, so you can vote till 15 minutes from now. And if you've not voted earlier, thank you so much for joining us today. Sir, we can conclude from here.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. So I'm authorizing Company Secretary to conduct the voting process now. As stated earlier by him, the e-voting shall remain open for 15 minutes after the conclusion of this meeting. And the result will be declared latest by 30th September.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful to all the members, directors, auditors who have joined the meeting through video conferencing and their cooperation in the smooth conduct of the AGM. With your consent, we now conclude the meeting. Thank you.